Chickadees. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to the Chickadee Coop. So, it's been a couple of days since we met. Saturday, I hope everybody had a great weekend. I hope we all enjoyed the closing ceremonies from the Olympics, and go Team USA in both men's and women's hockey. Hello. I'm happy about that. So, thank you, everyone that is going to end up watching on the replay crew. I so appreciate it. Make sure you put a comment for me. And thank you, Kelly. I see that you are driving home. You just listen to what's happening here. You don't need to worry about us. And if you have not become a subscriber, you should probably think about doing that. It doesn't cost anything. And you can turn your notifications on. So then when we go live for these trials and the deep dives that I do, you'll get notified and then you don't miss anything. And make sure you hit the like button. It helps the algorithm. It helps me get more people interested in what we cover on my channel here. And mostly what we cover are trials that we are wanting to keep a keen eye on, keeping everyone honest. And so, yes, I have been watching the Corey Richins trial. Y'all, that defense attorney, Ramos, he has some attitude that I feel is unnecessary. And I didn't catch like the last couple hours of today, so no spoilers for me in case there's something really important and critical there. But I will catch up on it. It's been a lot. And finally got to see some body cams. Saw Corey in not the best, most favorable light. I gotta be honest. I wasn't liking the way she looked at all. The constantly covering the face and it's bad. It's bad for her. Also, I know some of you are not on the Twix. I got great news yesterday. I had my follow-up oncologist appointment and I'm still cancer-free. Woohoo! So I'm very, very relieved, happy, excited, all of those things. I am good for another 6 months. I'll go back and have more blood work drawn at that time to ensure that I am keeping that beast cancer at bay. So, yay, yay. Let's have a great day. So let me say hello to everyone. I already saw Kelly is here. Hey, Melissa and Granny Debbie. KS Granny is with us again. And yes, it is such wonderful news. I always have a little bit of anxiety. It's a little stressful when I go to that appointment. Keep my fingers crossed that everything is clear. I have been cancer-free for, let's see, I had my last radiation treatment was on November 18th, 2023. And so it's been just over 2 years that I have been cancer-free. So, hi, Kristen. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. So, little switch up here. Today's testimony is right around 4 hours. However, we're going to do probably the first half of this testimony because Judge Olsaver said at the end of the day today that the jury is going on a field trip tomorrow. They will not be in the courtroom at all tomorrow. They are going to be meeting at 10:30, and then they're going to go out to the Munger property. I believe they're going out to the Paragon property. They are also going to see the home and all of the barns that are associated with this. I think this will be very critical in helping the jury understand the proximity of all of these buildings and where things are in the lay of the land. So we will do, since there won't be any court for us to review tomorrow night, we're going to do 2 hours tonight of testimony. And then tomorrow night, we'll do the remaining 2 hours. And then we'll be back on track for Thursday evening, whatever testimony they end up doing Thursday during the day. So that's kind of where we are. So happy, KS Granny, you are 2 years as well. Awesome. Good for you. Hey, Jillian, thanks for joining us. Kristen, yes, field trip and my sink. My son came here and I said, hey, you got to check out this new sink that we got. And he's like, oh, I have such sink envy now, Mom. I cannot believe you have this cool sink now. It's amazing. I love my new sink that Mr. Demeanor put in. And we didn't even hear him cursing or anything on Saturday when we were live streaming. So yay. Yay for him. Yay for everybody. I love it. It is beautiful. It's fantastic. It cost not nearly as much as I thought it would cost. So, all righty. If you are new to this case, I'll give you a quick little rundown. This is Michigan versus Dale Warner. Dale is on trial for the murder of his wife, Dee Warner. She went missing in April of 2021. Her remains were not found until August of 2024 in an anhydrous tank on the Warner farm property. He is claiming, or he has pled not guilty in this case. We've had a lot of security camera and body camera footage. And if you're just coming in, joining us tonight, you're probably going to want to go back and watch the other days because it's a lot. And we love the judge. He is very fair and level-headed. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm so sorry. I'm completely distracted. No, KS Granny. She said, Ms. D, my friend who recently joined your page passed away Saturday morning. She absolutely loved this group. We usually watch together. Yes. What was her name? Because I remember her coming into the chat and telling us that you had sent her our way. I am so deeply sorry for you, KS Granny. That is awful. I'm so sorry that you've lost your good friend. Oh my goodness. Tomorrow is not promised. I just had this conversation with another individual today. Tomorrow is not promised. Go live out your dreams. Jennifer. I am so sorry. She is home now. And she doesn't have to deal with any of our craziness here anymore. And she gets to be peaceful. So I am so sorry. I definitely will say a prayer for her this evening. And for you too. It's hard to lose a loved one. But we're here. And we're going to get on with things, KS Granny, okay? We're going to do this. We're going to make it all a bunch of fun in Jennifer's honor. How about that? Let's make tonight's live stream in honor of Jennifer. Yes, buy the tickets and do the things we aren't promised tomorrow. I'm telling you, it's a delicate balance of save all your money and also live. So let's live tonight, okay? let's see what the old pouty pants Dale is up to. Let's get into it, all right? Good. Good, KS Granny. All righty. Let me get my, oh gosh, here we go again with the chat over there. Well, I don't know why it does that to me. All right. Let's do it.
Truth and nothing but the truth under penalty for perjury. Yes. Okay, and then
Need you to speak as loud as you can, okay? Can you please state your full name and spell it for the record?
Jason Anthony Gravel, Gravelle.
Where were you employed in April of 2021?
Warag.
Warag Farms? Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. You have to speak your answers because they're recording everything, okay?
We
Yes.
can't hear the rocks in your head.
And
You
Warag
nod.
Farms was at on the corner of Munger and Carson.
Yes.
Who did you work for?
Dale and Dee
Warner? Okay. Who was your immediate boss?
Generally Dale.
What was your relationship with him like?
Good.
How long had you worked there?
At that time,
Correct.
I believe I started at the end of December the previous year, so 4 months-ish.
Okay. What were your duties on the farm?
Mechanic. Occasionally drive truck if they needed it. Generally help out with whatever they asked.
Whatever you were asked to do. Is that a yes?
Yes.
And did you know Dee Warner as well?
Yes.
Did you work on Sunday, April 25th, 2021?
I don't believe so.
What about Monday, April 26th, 2021?
Yes.
What time, if you recall, did you get to work approximately?
I usually started at 7.
And did you have any conversation with Dale Warner that day?
He came and said that Dee had left, I believe, Sunday evening.
Did you have any further conversation with him about Dee?
No.
And did you work on Tuesday, the 27th
Yes.
of April? All right. What were your hours that day, if you recall?
I usually worked till 4, give or take. It was varied.
All right. What was the last thing you did before you left that day?
I don't recall.
All right. Do you remember watching a surveillance footage from April 27th, 2021?
No.
You don't remember being shown surveillance footage?
No.
Wow.
Did you want to review that footage right now?
If you want me to, I didn't really ever watch surveillance footage.
Do you remember being shown before this trial, the surveillance footage from April 27th? Not necessarily back in April 27th, 2021, but prior to coming to here to testify.
Whatever you guys showed me.
Okay, so you did watch the videos, correct?
Sure.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to show you surveillance footage from April 27th, 2021, approximately 5 p.m.
Yes, show us all. Aha.
All the way on the right side of that screen, you see that person walking?
Yep.
All right, and who's that?
I can't tell from here.
Okay. And were you able to tell who that was after watching this entire video?
If I saw it closer, maybe.
That's a pretty distinct gate going over there.
Do you recall ever
locked
moving a tank for Dale Warner?
Yes.
Okay. And would that have been on the 27th of April, 2021?
I don't recall.
Was that at the end of your workday?
Also don't recall.
We have a Mr. I
I'm
don't
gonna let you keep
recall
watching
on
this and see if
hand.
you recognize yourself.
Jason Gravel, also known as Mr. I don't recall.
I'm going to pause this here. You see in the left corner of the screen that person's walking down that way, in that direction? Did you see that?
No,
Okay. The day that you were asked to move the tank for Dale Warner, where did you get that tank?
Objection, only because that assumes facts not in evidence. He said he didn't remember.
He said he did move a tank.
He
doesn't
did.
remember
He
if it was
doesn't
the
remember
27th.
when.
Okay.
So the day that you moved the tank for Dale Warner, where did you retrieve that tank from?
I move tanks regularly. So
Did you move it out of the
I think
spray
the one you're
barn?
asking me about would be behind the burn pile, kind of behind the trailers over there.
All right. I'm going to have you look at the map directly behind you. People's 263. Do you recognize that?
Do I recognize what?
The map.
Yeah,
Sir.
Okay. And what's that a map of?
the farm.
The farm?
Yes.
Okay. Do you see the burn pile on that map?
No.
I don't recall. I don't.
Do you know the location? Do you recall the location of the pile?
Yes.
All right. Well, point your finger on it there, Bucky.
Mr. Graval,
Yes.
I'm going to have you look at this screen. Do you recognize where that is on this map over here behind you, 263?
Wow.
No.
Do you see it or no?
No.
Wow.
Mr. Gravel, when you answer, you need to turn back to the microphone so that your voice gets caught in our recording system.
This
Okay.
man is starting to torque me off a little, y'all.
I'm going to have you continue watching the April 27th, 2021
Oh,
surveillance footage.
This poor district attorney. I feel so bad for her. This is awful when you have a witness like this.
Do you
that
see
looks
person walking?
like
The timestamp is
Dale's
5:03,
dopey walk.
48.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know who that is?
I don't know particularly. I'd have to see it closer, I guess.
Sir.
Were you previously able to identify that person?
I think at one point you showed me a really close-up image of it, maybe.
I don't know if y'all can see, but he's over in this area.
And is this
There's
behind the burn pit that you discussed earlier?
Yes.
Is that in the same location that you were asked to retrieve a tank for Dale?
I did retrieve a tank from over there, yes.
Oh. Oh. Interesting. Do we think Dale maybe tried to burn it? Surely he would be that dumb. I mean, it's Dale. So
Do you see the movement onto the left of the semis?
Yes.
Okay, and is that the area that you retrieved the tank?
Yes, I believe so.
in this area here. And here comes old Bucky Dale back again. Dope-a-dope-a-dope-a-do. Hey, you
5:11
mind?
PM. Do you recognize that person?
Nope, still too far away.
Like, do you not know how people walk? I mean, I can pick out anybody in my staff, but just by the way they walk. Maybe I'm just a lot more observant, I suppose.
See the person walking to the right of the screen?
Mm-hmm. I did. What just happened,
Now it's
though?
5:25. Walking back down towards that burn pile.
Okay,
Do you know who that is?
still too far away for me to tell.
Well, it isn't this dude that's walking around the truck, so we can at least deduce that much out of it now, can't we?
Maybe you see the
Back-
person again
back
to the left
over
of the
here.
semi.
Yep.
Now they're gone. Do 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 do. Somebody's coming to get a tank. Oh, looky there.
5:41.
Oh, looky there. Can
What
we
is that?
see a number on it?
That is a tank.
Okay. Being moved by what?
JCB front end loader.
Okay. And do you know who that is?
That would probably me.
I'm sorry.
That's probably me.
All right. And why do you say
I
that's
want a
probably
number.
you?
Because that's how I rigged up that tank.
And then where did you take that tank?
To the spray
I
barn.
believe the back of the spray barn.
Okay. 5:43, taking it to the spray barn.
Interesting.
It's now 5:53.
No tank on the front of the JCB.
JCB. Next to the new shop. Is that where that is?
I would say that would be in front of what I would call my shop.
His shop? What is that?
This one is the front of your shop. Is that what you called it?
I believe so. Yes, that's where I generally work.
Okay. And look at the map behind you again, 263. What
Yeah.
are you calling your shop?
Fill in the blanks for us, sir.
5.
5. Okay.
5. Okay.
Okay. 602. You know who that is?
That looks like me.
All right. And where are you at there?
That would be the upper shop where Jim usually worked.
Okay. If you look at the map, can you tell me which building that is?
That would be 1.
All right. And what were you doing in there?
Looks like punching out.
Okay. And so that's 6:02 p.m. Said a yes.
The time?
Yes.
I don't know what time it is then.
Okay.
It's
It's a
in the
surveillance footage
upper
at 6:02
left
p.m. You wouldn't have a reason
corner.
to doubt that, correct?
No.
Y'all,
Did Dale tell you why he needed that tank moved?
do y'all see? It's up in this corner here. I can't
I
get
think he wanted to clean it up.
that little thing to get out of there for you. It says 6:02 in 12 seconds and it continues to count. Right up in the upper left corner. Sir, why are you fighting so hard about basic information? This makes me immediately suspect you of doing shenanigans.
Is that what he told you?
I believe so.
And now, so let's go back. I'm sorry.
When you had the conversation,
I believe so. No.
did Dale tell you why he needed that tank moved?
I think he wanted to clean it up.
Is that what he told you?
I believe so.
I think so, Granny Debbie. Yes.
When you had the conversation with Dale about moving that tank, was that in person,
I
over the
think so.
phone? Do you recall?
I do not recall.
The reason I say I think she was in the tank when he moved it is because I think by this point he already had the burn marks on his arms from welding. That's why I think she was already in there. I don't think she was in that safe, but maybe 24, 36 hours.
I'm going to show you people's 168. Do you recognize that area?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay, and what is that area?
I believe that's back by the large anhydrous tank where we would fill the smaller ones.
Okay, and is the burn pile in this photograph?
I think
I
it's
believe
probably
off to
right
the left.
here.
Are these trailers the big long white things we see right there?
The three?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so next to the left of those trailers, is that where the burn pile would
Yes.
That looks like a big, huge burn pile to me.
be? And approximately where in this photograph did you pick up that tank?
I believe either behind the trailers or just to the right of them, maybe. Well, I guess it'd be to the left.
Behind and to the left of the trailers?
Yeah.
Like, is that the tank he picked up? I don't know.
I'm going to show you people's exhibit 174. Do you recognize that building?
Yes.
What is that?
That's a spray barn.
And is that where you testified you took the tank?
I believe so. Yes.
What's all
Can you
this
look at the map again next to you,
moisture?
263, and identify the building number that you put that tank in?
That would be 7
Which way did you come into that building?
through the front.
And what is the front to you?
West, east.
Do you have a pointer up there with you on the stand with an orange tip? Can you open that up and show me where the front of that building would be?
Right. That's what I would call the front.
Okay. For the record, he's pointed to the south side of building 7.
Thank
Yeah, it
you.
would have been the south side.
Why couldn't you just say that, Bucky? I don't like this guy. I don't like him at
People's
all.
exhibit 175. What's that?
The inside of the spray barn.
Okay. Do you see that tank in there?
Yes.
Oh,
Is that the tank that you put in there?
that's tank
Looks
8.
like it, yes.
Tank 8. Not 34.
The door that I'm looking at off to the right of the photograph,
Mhm.
would that be towards the back of that spray barn or the front of that spray barn?
That would
North.
be toward the back of the spray barn.
That'd be the north side.
People's 176. And so that would be the front door to the spray barn?
Correct.
And that would be the way that you drove that in there?
Yes.
I have nothing further.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Mr. Gravel, good morning. My name is Mary Chartier and I represent Mr. Warner. I want to start off with, you had a serious medical event happen within the last 6 months or so. Is that correct?
It was less than a year, yes.
Okay, less than a year. And do you mind telling us what happened?
I had a 3-month brain bleed from trauma that I don't remember. And they had to drill holes in my head.
I'm sorry for that. Has that impacted your memory?
Yes.
And is that something that you shared with both our office and the prosecutor's office?
Yes.
So when you're testifying here today and not remembering certain things, are you trying your best?
Yes.
Ma'am, you are making me feel ew right now. You did not have to ask this man his medical history to get that information and to get that testimony. I am so grossed out, massively grossed out by how she handled this. And now it makes sense, Kelly. I think, I don't know that he's a bit slow. He legit doesn't remember. Okay, I get that now. I take back what I said, sir. I thought you were being difficult. You're like, dude, I don't know. What day is it? I'm not sure. How many months did I miss? So I totally understand. But this was ew how she got it out.
Unfortunately, your medical condition makes some of that challenging to remember. Is that accurate?
Yes.
When you, and to be clear, you're still being treated for that right now.
I am still in recovery. Yes.
Okay. When you indicated that Mr. Warner said that on April 26th, Ms. Warner had left Sunday evening, is it possible he said Sunday morning?
Yes.
Thank you. And
Is it dinner time?
Tank that you moved in
Am I the only one that heard
to
a
the
bell?
spray barn, you had moved tanks before for Mr. Warner, correct?
Yes, but usually the ones that were on wheels.
Usually on wheels. And that one wasn't on wheels.
Correct.
Now, you weren't restricted as to where you could go on the property when you were working, correct?
Correct.
So on April 26th, you did your work like you normally would?
Yes.
And on April 27th, you did as well?
Yes.
I have no additional questions. Thank you, sir, for being here.
Am I the only one that heard the bell?
And if records show that you were not at work on Sunday, April 25th, 2021, would that be accurate?
Yes. I did not believe I worked that Sunday.
Okay, thank you. Nothing further.
Okay, can we excuse Mr. Gravel? Oh, I'm sorry. We have.
Juror question. Oh my. I don't like what they're doing with the sound right now. Let's zippity doo dah.
Prosecution
Woo.
defense had an objection to the court asking.
Eek.
Prosecution defense had an objection to the court asking.
That's correct.
That's correct.
Okay. Mr. Gravel, were you asked by Dale Warner to move the tank to the spray barn?
Yes.
Anything else, Ms. Weiss?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything else, Ms. Sharkey?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
And can we excuse Mr. Gravel from his speech?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you, sir. You are
Nice, simple question. Did Dale ask you to move that tank to the spray barn? I agree, Snuggy Nuggy. That's why we're doing this, so I can watch it during the day too.
Parker Hardy?
And my StreamYard is way behind, so I have to look at you on the other feed. And Lord knows this Michigan courtroom, they are not about some long court days. They are not Judge Mrazek. We can be assured of that. Let's zippity doo dah past
The
this.
whole truth and nothing but the truth and the penalty for perjury. I do. Go ahead and sit down.
And this will be witness number 19.
Good morning, Mr. Hardy.
Morning.
Please state your name and spell it for the record.
Parker Hardy, Parkerhardy.
Oh.
How did you know Dee Warner?
She was my aunt.
And, excuse me, on Sunday, April 25th, 2021, were you told at some point that afternoon that she was missing?
Yes, I was.
You know approximately what time?
Sometime in the early afternoon, around 1 or 2 o'clock.
Did you go anywhere in response to that?
Eventually, I made my way down to the farm, down to
The Munger
Warner.
farm?
Yes,
Okay. And where did you go when you went down there?
into the office.
Is that where they were watching the surveillance video?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And who was there with you, if you recall?
Family members of mine, my cousins,
Okay.
and
Did
also Mr. Warner.
Did there come a point in time that afternoon when you drove around the property with your mother?
Yes.
What were you driving in?
I was driving what we consider the Kawasaki Mule, like we call it a Gator,
Okay.
utility vehicle.
Is that yours or from the Munger farm?
Ours.
And do you live nearby?
Yes, under a mile.
And that's your parents' farm
Yes.
and yours also, of course?
Yes.
All right. And it was just the two of you. Is this also called a side-by-side?
It can be referred to as that as well. Yes.
Does the Munger farm have a Kubota that's similar?
Same thing, just different brand.
Okay. All right. And you're driving around looking for Dee?
Yes.
And at some point, do you drive on the north side of the house?
Yes.
And can you point to that on the map behind you?
That's where the double doors are that the JCB
You,
was.
you want me to
The
state
north,
how
yeah,
I?
just identify the north side of the house.
Yeah, right here.
Okay. And where are you coming from in the side-by-side that you're driving?
This map doesn't depict it, but I was in my field, which is located back in here. And I came around, there's kind of a low spot right here where I could have come around. And I was
Oh.
just looking around in this junk area.
By
And I
the
made
burn
my way up
pile.
around to the back of the house.
Okay.
Aha.
Did something catch your attention when you came around the back of the house?
Yes.
And what did you do in response?
I threw on the brakes and put it in reverse. And I observed some tracks behind the house.
Okay. And why was that notable to you?
Earlier that day, when I was down at the office and the Hummer was sitting down at the office, when I came back with my mother and was driving around in this Gator, the Hummer was moved back to the house,
Oh.
and it was on top of some JCB tracks that were pulled right up to the porch of the house.
Okay. And how were you able to identify JCB tracks?
We have a very similar machine, once again, just a different brand. It's called a Manitou, but it's exactly the same machine, operates identical to a JCB. And I'm very used to those tracks. I've run this loader for 15 years plus.
Okay. I'm going to show you People's Exhibit 12. Can you tell us what that is?
That's the back of the Warner house?
Okay. And is that what you're describing just now?
Yes.
Okay. And where were the tracks in relation to the house?
In your picture up on the TV, they would be on the left side of the screen, right where those brick paver stairs are, for lack of a better term.
Okay, so it looks like there's a set of stairs at the very right edge,
Mhm.
and then there's another set of stairs kind of in the middle left. And
Correct.
which one are you talking about?
I'm talking the farthest to the left in your picture.
These right here that I'm circling.
And could you tell
The double door.
how close to those steps the tracks led?
So the gravel is somewhat loose close up to the steps, and the tracks were right up to basically the pavers or the concrete. I can't recall what is exactly right there on the ground.
Okay. So,
As close as they could be to the house.
thank you. Now, why was that notable to you? Why did you just slam on the brakes and who cares, right?
It was the speed of the way the gravel was thrown from the tracks. Or from the tires, I should say. It looked like it was relatively moving fast.
Ah.
And also, it's a little bit unusual for that loader to be pulled that close up to the house.
If you were at your farm driving your equivalent JCB and you had just forgotten something in the house, would you have driven right up to the house like that?
Objection, irrelevant.
This has to do with the reason that he made note of this event. You said that at the time, the Hummer had been moved back to the house. Is that correct?
Can you ask that again?
Sure. I want to make sure I understood something you said a minute ago. Did you say that at the time you're observing these tracks leading up to the house, that the Hummer is there also?
My second visit to the farm that afternoon, the Hummer had been moved back to the house.
Okay.
And when I saw the tracks, the Hummer was on top of the tracks.
Okay, thank you. So People's Exhibit 19, is that the Hummer?
Yes.
Okay, and where is it in relation to where you saw it parked that afternoon on Sunday?
Very close, but if I had to be a little bit more specific, I think it was farther to the left.
Even closer to the grass strip?
Yes, sir.
And you're saying the tracks went right under where the Hummer was parked?
Correct.
This photo is, just for the record, from Thursday, April 29th. Did you check the seat of the Hummer to see what spot it was in?
I did.
And what did you find out?
It appeared to me that it was in the position of somebody who was shorter.
Okay.
Well, I don't think Dee drove it there. So he must have driven
know
it there, gotten
that-
out, and put it all the way up.
If the JCB had gone as far up as you were indicating, and it put the bucket out, where would the bucket be?
The bucket would be clear up on the porch, almost to the door.
That right there.
All right, turning to Tuesday,
Yikes, Daily Boy.
the 27th. Show you a clip here.
Oh, do we have more security cameras?
Ask you if you recognize that piece of machinery.
I do.
And what is it?
That is me driving my corn planter into the Warner farm.
And
The corn
for those of us who
planter.
are not farmers, what does a corn planter do?
It puts seed
You
corn
were
into the
watching
ground.
earlier
This
this
is a 24-row planter. It's
this-
quite large.
trial.
And
We know
why
what
were
that
you
is.
bringing your equipment down to the Munger farm that day?
I had trouble with some fertilizer that I had purchased that spring. It wasn't traveling through the planter correctly. It happens when it can be cold. And so we had contacted Dale asking if we could purchase some fertilizer from him that morning in order to get the planter going.
Okay. The timestamp on this video is 7:07 p.m. Does that sound about right to you?
Yes.
And where do you go with the planter?
I am headed into the sprayer barn.
Okay. And why would you take the planter to the spray barn?
I didn't have a tanker available at the time to offload fertilizer into. So when we talked to Dale and agreed that we would come down and purchase some fertilizer, it was easier just to load right onto the planter.
Okay. So you're fertilizing as you're planting corn, is that right?
Correct. It's a starter fertilizer. It helps the corn grow into the ground faster, grow roots.
Okay. This is a nighttime photo, but is that the sprayer barn?
Here
Yes.
we go back.
And People's 175. This photo was taken on 4/27/2021 later that evening. Is that, you recognize that?
I do.
How do you recognize it?
That's the inside of the sprayer barn. I've been in there many a times loading.
Okay. Can you describe the big silver tanks, what those do or what they are?
The big stainless steel tanks have different types of fertilizer for different applications in them.
Okay, so that's what you would fill up your fertilizer from, those tanks?
Yes, there was a computerized pumping system that would you could program what fertilizer you
Oh.
needed into it, and you could
Looky there.
it would then pump it onto whatever piece of equipment you pulled in there.
Or into a tank, I would bet.
And did you see that tank that's in the photo when you pulled in?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Did that strike you as odd?
Yes, it did.
Why?
It was very unusual for an anhydrous tank to be in that condition on the Warner farm. They were typically very well kept and painted. And also, there was never, to my recollection, a anhydrous tank in that building the multiple other times I'd been in there.
Oh boy.
You also can't fill those fertilizer or those anhydrous tanks from that barn.
You have to do it from the mother and the nurse tank.
Now, was Dale on the
Interesting.
property while you were at that point point in time or shortly after?
Yes, the video clip of me pulling in, he's actually meeting me in the barn.
That's very
I'd like to
important.
play this a little further. Do you see that red farm implement?
Yes, I do.
And what is that?
That is a versatile quad track,
Versatile
And do you know who it
tractor.
belongs to?
Dale Warner.
Did you see this arrive while you were there?
I don't recall that.
Okay. Do you know who normally operates that piece of equipment?
Mainly Dale Warner.
Does that piece of equipment involve fertilizer at all?
Yes, it does. It is also a corn planter.
Let this play for another minute. We're at 7:40. Now skipping to 7:54. And what is that?
That is the versatile leaving the farm.
Who dat?
Let it play a few more seconds
Who
here.
dat in the truck? Oh, there's another one that was coming up.
Okay, now we're at 7:56. Do you see that individual walking?
I do.
And do you know who that is?
Me.
I was going to say, that looks like this dude here. See how
And
easy it
that's,
is to identify someone's
7:56. I didn't
gait?
say that already. Did you ask Dale about that rusty tank?
I did.
Ooh, tell us everything.
And what did he say about it?
He told me that he had some of his employees bring in some tanks at night or at some point so that he could paint them at night. He said he was having trouble sleeping because he was worried about where his wife was.
Okay. And did he say anything about this particular tank?
He said that I was alarmed on why, out of all the tanks, that one was in there in the condition that it was in. And so I kind of chuckled and asked, why do you have this in here? And that's when he stated about painting the tanks in the middle of night. And I'm sorry, did I answer?
Did he say anything about whether this was the tank that he had intended to be moved up there?
No, this was, once we had that initial conversation, he said, but I didn't want this tank. I wanted one of the ones on wheels and one that I just needed to do some minor painting on. So that he then proceeded to tell me that they were going to move that tank out.
Interesting. Very, very interesting.
I think that'd be further.
Good morning, Mr. Hardy.
Morning.
My name is Mary Chartier. I have a few questions for you this morning. So you had been to the Munger property numerous times. Is that accurate?
Yes, ma'am.
And your last communication with Ms. Warner, your aunt, would that have been Thursday or Friday? So April 22nd or April 23rd, to the best of your knowledge?
It was Friday.
Friday? And did
That
you?
was,
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
That was my last physical communication with her.
Last physical communication. Did you see her in person?
Yes, that's,
Would you tell us about that?
yes. I was there getting an anhydrous tank. We were spreading and applying anhydrous like everybody else was at that time. And I had pulled up on the scale to weigh a tank, and she pulled in to fill out my weigh ticket.
When you say you were moving the tank to weigh it, did you fill up your own tank, or did someone from the Warner businesses fill it up for you?
Someone from the Warner businesses fills the tanks. We just come and get them.
And then you come and get them, and then do you attach them to your truck and then go on the scale and weigh it?
Yes, ma'am.
And then when you bring the tank back, then you weigh it again, and that's how you're billed, by how much you use?
If myself or one of my employees is the one that take the tank from the field back to the Warner farm, we would sometimes scale it out, but most of the time one of the Warner employees would scale it out.
And by scale it out, do you mean put the tank on that big scale and then see how much was used?
Yes,
Now, when you were communicating with Ms. Warner, did you ask her if you should just write up a ticket and leave it in the office?
I don't recall.
Would reviewing notes from your interview refresh your memory?
Sure.
Page 135.
What are we doing? Chartier. Sharty pants.
It's the third paragraph from the bottom on page 135.
I'm going to zippity doo-dah while he's reading.
So is it, did that refresh your memory?
Yes,
So is it accurate that you were loading anhydrous tanks and you texted Ms. Warner to see if she wanted you to write up the ticket and leave it in the office?
yes, but I honestly don't know why it states that I was loading anhydrous tanks, because I've never loaded anhydrous tanks at the Warner farm myself.
So I guess to be clear about that, when you say loading, you're talking about putting the fertilizer or the chemicals in the tank. That's what you think of loading?
In this context of what I just read, what I meant by loading was grabbing it with my truck.
So you
I
grab,
didn't mean physically loading the fertilizer on it.
so you loaded the tank to your truck. You texted your aunt to say, do you want me to write up a ticket and put it in the office? Is that accurate?
That's accurate.
And the ticket would be, you'd go into the office and you'd write, you took a tank. Is that correct?
We would write the tank number. Each tank had a unique number on it. And because our tanks were from our own farm, we had our own logos on them. So it would say Hardy and then the unique number.
Oh.
And then, but Ms. Warner said no, and she came out and she did that for you. Is that accurate?
Yes,
Then ultimately you texted with your aunt, but as you indicated, that was the last time the two of you physically communicated.
that day on Friday, yes.
Now, did you have to announce you were coming on to fill the tanks, or could you come on and get a tank that had already been filled up?
I was allowed to come in anytime.
Exactly, Elizabeth.
When
She's
you
trying to
talked
cloud
about
things.
April 25th, is it accurate your mom came to your house to indicate to you that your aunt was missing?
No, well, I guess, can you ask that question again?
Sure. So at some point, did your mom come to your house to notify you that your aunt was missing?
No,
Okay, so tell us how that happened.
I was called by my father.
You were called by your father.
Ah.
At some point, did your mom come to your house?
I don't recall. I remember talking to her, notifying me that she was looking for Dee.
So before you ever went on to the Munger property, you knew that your aunt was missing.
Correct.
And when you were communicating with your mom, is it accurate that you saw Mr. Warner drive by your house in the sprayer?
I believe so, yes.
And you were concerned about Ms. Warner, the possibility that she may have taken her own life, correct?
Based on the state that I last physically saw her in,
Oh.
yes.
So you and your mom drove around, essentially coming from your property onto the Warner's property.
Yes,
Is that, and those properties are right next to each other, is that accurate?
they're connected.
So when you first saw the Hummer, it was where? I was a little confused by your testimony.
Imagine that.
I saw it down at the office building.
So you first saw the Hummer at the office, and then later on, you saw the Hummer in back of the house. Is that accurate?
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what
When
he
do you
said.
think that you first saw the Hummer at the office?
It's been quite a few years. I'm having a hard time remembering exact time. At some point in the mid to early afternoon.
So mid to early afternoon is, what do you think? 12, 1 to 3? What would you say time-wise?
I remember the only time I can be more accurate with is I remember getting a call that they were looking for Dee somewhere around noon to 1 o'clock.
And so then ultimately, when you made your way to the Warner property, you saw the Hummer in front of the office. Then later on, you saw it in back of the house. Is that fair?
Yes,
Now, the JCB tracks that you saw them pull up to the house you indicated,
yes,
but you didn't see any reverse tracks, correct?
no,
Is that accurate? I'm sorry.
yes,
And
Hold it,
that was
hold it.
noticeable to you, correct?
yes.
Are you gonna know if they're forward or reverse tracks? Y'all let me know in the chat, because I am not believing that he saw only forward tracks. What I think he saw is only backward tracks that covered up the forward tracks. How would you know what direction the tracks are going in? That's like a whole new level of understanding tire tracks. Like I don't know how you would know that. Am I missing something? Am I tripping? Because I feel like you don't know if they're coming in or going out. But if you only see one, to me, that would tell me it's going out. Okay. Carrying on.
The JCB with the front loader, the scoop up, right? How far does that scoop go?
I guess I'm not understanding your question.
Sure. So you said you're really familiar with that piece of equipment. So if I'm in the JCB with the scoop, how high can that scoop go? Can it block my view?
Yes, it can.
Now, moving on to April, what you indicate is April 27th, 2021, you saw that rusty tank that we just saw in the spray barn, correct?
Correct.
And that's barn number or building number 7 on that map, accurate?
Correct.
You didn't see any kind of a non-factory weld on that tank, correct?
No, I did not.
And you would have noticed that if you had.
I didn't spend a lot of time observing the specifics of the tank, just the overall. I had to pull around the tank when I pulled in the barn because it was in my way. And all I really noticed is it was a rusty tank.
An old rusty tank with, again, not that you noticed a non-factory weld, correct?
No, ma'am.
And you didn't see, other than that, you didn't see Mr. Warner behaving unusually with that tank. You'd agree, correct?
Correct.
I have no additional questions. Thank you, sir.
I don't think that's the one that he ended up putting her in. I think that he has wheels, so it would be easier for him to move it. And so number 8, I don't believe, we know number 34 was the final resting place.
Just want to know if you're
Dee's
certain
remains.
that when you talked to Dale about that rusty tank that was in the spray barn, that he said that he wanted the employee to bring one that was on wheels. Are you certain about the on wheels part?
I don't recall the exact statement, but I thought that's what was in there.
Do you remember talking to the Michigan State Police in November of 22?
I do.
Do you remember what you said to them about the rusty tank versus the other one?
What do you mean by other one?
The one that they wanted brought instead.
All that I remember is that he, in my mind, quote, said, but I didn't want this one. I wanted one that was less painting or less to paint and on wheels.
Okay.
That's what I remember. I could be wrong.
Okay. If I played that for you.
Sure.
Okay. You have to, you just want to play for him.
What time, Mr.
I'm sorry.
That's
This
all right.
is at 13:24.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Only if you're a Michigander can you do her annoying voice. What are we doing? We're just looking at the judge's name up there on the screen. Howdy do, Michael Saver. What is happening? We're gonna zippity doo
Having
dah.
trouble playing it other than
because I don't know what we're doing. I don't know why the cameraman has decided to. Okay, here we go.
He always does. Just to make sure I was doing okay with what I thought. Then this old rusty anhydrous tank up. What the hell's that thing? This thing looked like it had been left like forever. It wasn't weird. That part was weird. So what do you do with that? Oh, he said, I fucking haven't been able to sleep tonight. So I told the guys, which I thought to myself, yeah, I bet you haven't been able to sleep tonight. He said, I told the guys to bring in an anhydrous tank around. They paint it regularly, just so it's too nice and restful. So he said, I told the guys to bring in an anhydrous tank around. And sandblast off or scrub it off, paint it. I said, I come out here just clear my head, paint or anything. All right, but it's like I didn't mean for them to grab that one. Like this was some real bad one that they brought up here. And I'm like, why wouldn't you just grab the thing? Grab it, whatever. It was weird. I think the most significant part of that story was the fact that he couldn't sleep at night because he was supposedly painting.
So in November of 2022, when you described this to the state police, did you mention wheels at all?
I do not.
Okay. So does that refresh your recollection as to what Dale told you?
Yes,
Did he mention wheel? Did he mention a tank or a tank on wheels?
just a tank.
Okay, so what he wanted was a different tank other than the rusty old one.
Objection leading.
Can you tell the jury what he actually said he wanted other than the rusty old one?
He just wanted a different tank brought in. Never mentioned wheels.
Okay, thank you.
That doesn't make any sense.
Nothing further. Thank you.
Are we excusing Mr. Harvey from his subpoena at this time?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
And so you are free to go. You're welcome to stay in the courtroom from this point on. If you want. Thank you.
So here's why I say that doesn't make sense. Because on one hand, they are trying to say that they're trying to hammer in that Dale wasn't able to sleep at night, and that's why he was doing this painting. Well, if that's the reason you have it, wouldn't you want one that requires a lot of paint so that you would have your time and your mind occupied? No, you want one a specific type of repainting required. Uh-huh. Sure, Dale. Sure, Dale.
People as the next witness.
Jordan Graves.
Let's get the next witness
Counselor,
up
I'd like
here.
you to raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty for perjury?
Yes, I swear.
Right now.
Good morning, Mr. Graves.
Good morning.
Please state your full name and spell it for the record.
My full name is Jordan Graves, Jordangraves, as in Victor, ES.
Where do you work?
I currently work for the FBI in the Detroit field office.
Okay, and what is your position there?
My position is digital forensic examiner.
And do you have training in digital forensic examining?
Yes.
What kind of training do you have?
So to become a digital forensic examiner in the program that I work in, you have to go through an extensive amount of training. For me, this equated initially to roughly 400 hours of classroom and practical hands-on training. And then once you are certified, one of the conditions of your employment and maintenance of that certification is continuous training throughout your employment. So every year I'm continuously attending training, as well as giving the opportunity to put on training. So in terms of digital forensics, I've actually hosted and offered training for others who are coming up through the training process or who are trying to maintain their certifications like me.
Do you have a degree?
I do.
What's that in?
I have a master's degree in digital multimedia forensics from the University of Colorado at Denver.
And have you testified before about digital multimedia forensics?
Yes, I have.
Approximately how many times?
probably approaching 10 times across different state courts, federal courts, as well as a military court proceeding, which is the formal way of saying a court martial.
And as a digital forensic examiner, what kinds of things are you dealing with?
So the basics for my job is to receive digital and multimedia evidence. So this would be items or materials like computers, cell phones, audio video recording devices, drones, ATM skimmers, basically anything that stores information, to try and acquire data from those kinds of evidence sources, to perform some kind of analysis, whether it's just recovering information or in the case of audio and video, enhancement or redaction, trying to make details easier to see, or if there are personally identifiable information that needs to be redacted, that's something that I do as well. And then reporting on those results to whoever it is that requested my assistance, and then occasionally presenting to those results, just like today.
Okay. And is a specific piece that you would handle when either an audio or a video recording has muffled portions that you want to be able to hear?
That's an examination that I've performed quite a few times, yes.
All right, and how do you go about that?
So there are basic steps for any of these kinds of examinations when it comes to multimedia evidence in the form of audio, video, or computers or cell phones. Primarily, the initial steps are to try and protect this original evidence as best as you can. This would be akin to putting police tape around a crime scene, or for folks that like to collect football cards, putting them in some kind of protective sleeve or packaging so you're not damaging that card, right? The process in the forensic world is called write protection. So we're inserting a piece of software or a piece of hardware in between the original evidence and the examination workstation that we're using, a fancy computer, in order to read the information from the evidence without changing anything on it. So placing that kind of protection in place is pretty critical. Then from there, the next step would be to make a copy of that original evidence so that we're never working on the original evidence if we can avoid it. We're working on a copy. Once that a copy is acquired, in the case of audio and video enhancement specifically, I take measurements. I try to evaluate, what is this file? How does it play back? If it's a video, how large is it? How large should it be on your screen? How many frames or individual pictures per second make this video? In terms of audio, what is the frequency range I can expect? How low are the lows and how high are the highs with this recording? Things like that. And then from there, it's the analysis phase. For audio and video, it's enhancement. Trying to identify portions of interest that were provided to me by the requester, whoever it is that's requesting my assistance. Whether they say, hey, I'm having a hard time making out this dialogue, or I'm having a hard time identifying these features of a person's face or something to that effect. Using my training experience, using my forensic tools, I then would try to bring out those characteristics, those features, either visually or audio in nature, to try and make them more easily perceivable, and then present those results back to the requester.
At this time, I proffer Mr. Graves as an expert in digital media forensics, subject to counsel's glad to hear if there's any.
We'll leave that to the court's discretion. Thank you.
Okay, I do think it is appropriate to so certify Mr. Graves, and so I will do that.
Thank you. How did you become involved in this case?
In late March or early April of last year, a request was submitted for someone from my field office to provide some kind of assistance enhancing audio of a recording pertaining to this case.
Okay. And can you identify some of the issues with that recording that you needed to address?
So the recording presented to me was a body-worn camera video recording. At one point, the body-worn camera was placed inside of a vehicle or was separated from the people that were interacting with each other. So noise was pretty muffled. It was hard to make out a person's voice from potential background noises. So that was the primary concern. And beyond that, it was just additional noise signals that I could try to mitigate as best as I could.
Okay. going to show you what's People's 231. I'm just going to stop it right there. Does this cover sheet, for lack of a better term, look familiar to you?
Yes, it does.
What is this?
So this would be the title slate that I include on any of the video products that I produce that include either audio and or video enhancements for a requester. It's informational in nature, meant to basically give the requester the basic details of what it is they can expect from this video that they're about to watch.
And so the procedure that you described earlier that you would normally do, did you do that with this exhibit as well?
I did, yes.
Okay, so you made a copies so you would be sure that there was something that never got altered, and then you worked with a different copy?
That's correct. I worked on a working copy and kept the original evidence pristine and untouched.
And what kinds of things did you do to make the the audio more audible?
There are a number of different filters that you can apply in general, and I used quite a few of them for this particular case. For starters, there is a frequency adjustment that can be made. So if anyone is familiar with, let's say, going through a drive-through and the volume is really, really loud on the person working at the restaurant, you can kind of get this muffled, garbled, distorted sound that might sound like a really low rumble with a lot of squeaks, or might sound really, really high. Those frequencies are typically outside of where a person's normal speech would live. Usually human voice occupies a certain band of frequencies. A person's voice on average is usually a certain lowness or highness, depending on if you're a male or female, or if you're excited, or a number of different conditions. But sounds that occupy outside those spaces can be distracting. They can kind of muffle or cover up or even totally obscure the voice that you're trying to hear. So that's a mitigation that I would attempt to address by turning down those frequencies that are outside of the human voice range. That's something that I did for this. The other problem that we had was part of the recording, as described before, was quite a bit muffled. It was quite a bit softer. So a lot of times when people are trying to adjust to that amplitude difference, where things are really loud and then really quiet, it can be really fatiguing to the ear, and it can be hard to make out details. That's a continuous problem. So normalizing.
Sir, were you here last week when we were trying to listen to the interrogation? It was highly fatiguing to try to hear what this conversation was in the police department. Is that what you enhanced? Because I don't think it is.
Or bringing the volume of all the signals of interest, that's human speech, trying to bring that all closer together to sound a little bit more natural was definitely an objective here as well.
All right. And so did you come up with an end product?
I did, yes.
All right. And did you send it to us?
I sent it to the special agent that I was working on as a point of contact,
Okay.
yes.
And this is it?
This looks consistent with the title slate of the video that I provided, yes.
Okay. I'm going to play People's 231.
Play it. We want to see it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Are you a family member or just who's Dale? Okay. Get rid of this stuff.
So just to pause it here, the caption indicates there's a video source and an audio source. Did you do anything at all with the video source?
Aside from trimming the video to the specified range of interest, I didn't do anything to it.
So you only worked with the bottom line, the audio source, and you've got some indications there of what the range was, right?
So yeah, the audio source has the file name listed. The file name is the same for the video and audio because that's the original file name that I was provided with. But in that row for the audio source, you'll note in parentheses, the note is enhancements applied. That means what you're hearing in this file now is not the original audio. It's the original audio with enhancements applied to it.
Good. Yeah. I don't want to damage anything, but it is the buildings here, so if something on fire, that building. Yeah. Great. So you know, he drove that side of the vehicle. You're more welcome. You gotta take care of yourself, so that's your now.
Okay, so at this point, can you tell us what you did to, sure, go ahead.
So at this point, as depicted in the video, the camera is placed into a car and the door closed. Obviously, for anybody who's ever been in a car before, the outside gets pretty quiet once the doors are all shut. So at this point, I applied a pretty aggressive filter to try and raise the amplitude of what's happening in the audio without letting it distort too loudly. If anybody knows the difference between just playing an acoustic guitar versus an electric guitar, everything gets turned up. It starts sounding kind of crunchy, garbled. That might be interesting for entertainment purposes, for music purposes, but it's not necessarily effective when you're trying to hear someone's voice.
Law and Crime boosted their volume
this aggressive,
finally.
hard limiting filter essentially raises the amplitude, the volume of the audio in there without letting it go above and beyond a certain threshold, which would start to muddy the sound. And that's what was applied here.
Okay. I'm going to back up 10 seconds just to hear that change one more time.
You're more welcome. You gotta take care of yourself, so that's your now. Yeah. I just walked on that road.
I understand none of it. This is enhanced.
Okay, and is that the end of the clip that you worked with?
Yeah, as you can see back on the video source remains unenhanced. The audio source no longer says enhanced anymore. Now it says unenhanced. This is where the material would return back to that original, what you would hear in the original. So that's the end of the enhancements that I've made.
Okay, thank you. With that, Your Honor, with that foundation, we would move to admit people's proposed Exhibit 231.
No objection, thank you.
Thank you, man. Flips me out, this woman.
And I have no further questions. Thank you.
Good morning. Is it Mr. Graves or Agent Graves?
Not an agent. It's
Okay,
Mr. Graves.
so Mr. Graves, okay, terrific. How much time did you spend working on that clip of the audio and video that we saw?
Hard to say. It's different for audio and video than it would normally be for computers and phones. So contrary to popular belief, inside of a digital forensics laboratory, it's not necessarily a group of people in low lighting with neon, in the background, furiously clicking away and typing away. A lot of times there's a lot of thinking, consideration, and then you initiate some kind of process and wait to see how it plays out. On the other hand, when it comes to audio and video, it's pretty much continuous work. If there's a date that you're working on this, there's not really a whole lot of setup and let the computer do its thing. The examiner has to be working on it quite a fair amount. For most Audio and video enhancements, depending on content, depending on duration of material. This could be a day, a few days, a few weeks. But for something relatively simple, this kind of task for somebody who's experienced, professionally trained, could be accomplished in a matter of a few days. And I think this was on the order of maybe a day, a few days, something to that effect.
Thank you. And I just want to be clear. So it sounds like you did things to like take away muffling and background noise, you indicated?
That was the goal, yes.
And then also to raise the volume so it would be easier to hear?
That was the goal, yes.
And again, correct me if I'm wrong, you didn't do anything. So for example, if I were to say the word knee and I were to say the word meat, they sound pretty similar, right? So if we were listening to an audio, you might not be able to tell the difference. And that's not part of this audio. Did you do anything to try to clarify a word, or that's not what you do?
So I'll give hopefully a good example of how this works for audio and video enhancement purposes. My family and I like to ski. I've got 2 little girls, my wife. We come home, and sometimes dead of winter in Michigan, it's dark, right? You walk into the house. You don't want to be tracking snow and mud everywhere. You don't want to be kicking over furniture, knocking over plants. So I turn the light on. Turning the light on doesn't necessarily change the layout of the furniture in my house. It doesn't change the content of my house. It doesn't add or remove toilets to my bathrooms. It just makes things easier to see. The same thing
Good
works
analogy.
with audio. If my kids, after this long day of skiing, want to unwind and watch Bluey for a little while, cool. I'll call my mom. I'll talk to my mom. If the TV is a little bit too loud, I'm probably going to quietly get up, turn the TV down a little bit, or maybe from the room to a different room. That's certainly not changing my kids' programming to Sesame Street or Gabby's Dollhouse or something. And it's definitely not telling my mom to stop talking. I don't want to stop that. It's just making it easier to hear what it is that I want to hear and what I need to hear. When it comes to audio and video enhancement, I'm not changing any of the dialogue that's being said. I'm not adding or removing visual details like objects or people. I'm not placing people anywhere. All I'm doing is trying to enhance, make more visible or hearable the details that are already there, if that makes sense.
It does. And we can tell you have young children based on the examples that you used.
Yes.
I have no additional questions. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
No redirect, as far as the people are concerned, you can be released from this.
That's correct. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I think
Before entertain a brief recess at this time.
Thank
Thank you.
So we're going to take a
they're taking a little brief recess here. Let me get us queued up to the next most important information here. I may have gone too far. All righty. He is a very likable man, and I liked the way he testified. It was very quick and to the point. I still didn't hear anything better in that audio, but I guess maybe if you're in the courtroom, you hear it better. Law and Crime does not seem to be doing a great job with boosting the volume on some of this stuff, so we're a little in the dark.
You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty for perjury?
I do.
Did Dale's head get shaved? Shut up. It did, Kelly. How did I not notice that? Oh, boy. Oh, yeah, because we had the little bald beanie in the back. Holy smokes, how did I not notice that? I just had way too many other things going on, clearly. Wow. He's a baldy. Y'all are saying he had lice.
So before you sit down, I'll ask you to raise your hand.
Gross.
You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty for perjury?
I do.
Go ahead and have a seat, please.
Good morning. Can I have you state your name and spell it for the record?
Ryan Rank, RyanRank.
Where were you employed in April of 2021?
Madison Township.
And what did you do for Madison Township?
I was the fire chief
How long had you been the fire chief?
since May of 2014.
How long did you work at the fire department in total?
almost 27 and a half years,
What year did you start?
1995.
Okay. As the fire chief or the chief of fire, what would your main responsibilities be?
Overall direction of the fire department, the chief administrative officer responsible for all personnel, training, budget, responsible for managing emergency responses, ensuring the department is up and ready to go.
Describe Madison Township a little bit for me. What kind of community is it?
It's a semi-rural community.
Okay, and is there farming done in Madison Township?
Yes, there's.
You discussed emergency management. Tell me a little bit about that.
In what view? Like,
Are you trained in hazardous materials?
I am trained in hazardous materials.
Tell me about that.
I'm a hazardous material technician. I was trained in 1992 at the Michigan State Police Hazmat Training Center. I'm also a hazardous material instructor, was trained in 1997 for the awareness and operation level. And in 2008, I received training for advanced hazmat life support through New Mexico.
Are those certified trainings?
They are.
Did you go to the Munger Farm on April 27th, 2021?
I did.
And that's at the corner of Carson and Munger. Would that be accurate?
Correct.
Do you know what township that's in?
Franklin,
A little bit outside of Madison Township?
a little bit.
All right. Why were you there that day?
Because I was a member of the county drone team.
What does the drone team
Ah,
The county drone team is made up of fire and law enforcement professionals to assist in emergency response operations or investigation, surveillance,
goody
to
gumdrops. I've been
get
waiting for this.
overall pictures of the purview or see what's going on in real time that can't be seen from the ground.
do? Okay.
All excited.
How many times did you go out to the property on April 27th, 2021?
2.
Do you recall approximately what time the first time was?
It was late morning, I think, early afternoon.
Okay. First time when you get there, what do you do when you get there?
We were called to set up and just do a general overview of the farm. We set up our equipment and launched the drone off the ground and started surveilling the property.
I'm going to stop you right there. I'm going to have you go to People's Exhibit 263, which is that map directly behind you. And if you can pull that pointer out and show me on that map. Well, do you recognize that map?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and what's that?
It's the map of the farm.
Can you show me the first time you get there on April 27th, 2021, where you set up?
I believe we parked right in here, this area.
Okay. And you said you got there and you lifted off. What does that mean?
Actually, let me correct myself. I believe when we first got there that day, we were parked more in this area right here.
Okay. And where did you set up at?
We launched the drone from this position right here.
All right. What does setting up the drone entail?
So the drone is battery operated. So we have to install the batteries, make sure they're 100% charged. We have to hook the DJI up app and controller up to whatever mobile device we're using. The device then syncs to the drone itself to make sure that the timestamp and everything are correct and accurate. And then we make sure that there's no overhead hazards. We usually have a team of at least 2, the pilot and an observer. And then we would launch the drone up once it's safe to do so.
Okay. And you were able to get the drone off the ground during the daytime?
Yes,
How long were you up in the air with the drone, if you recall?
just a few minutes.
All right. And what happened?
Mr. Warner came out and asked us to leave his property.
And did you bring the drone back down?
We did,
Did you leave?
yes.
You said you went there twice. Do you recall what the second time on the 27th that you went back?
It was in the evening, but I don't recall the time.
All right. Who did you arrive at the property with?
With me was Assistant Chief Nick Wilson, and from Cambridge Township was Fire Chief Scott Damon.
Did you again go to an area on the property to set up?
Yes,
Where at?
this time we went and set up in this area right here.
Describe what the setup is for me.
It's just to make sure we have a general good operating area, safe from everybody, away from people. So we have room for our equipment. We don't hit any obstacles, make sure there's no overhead obstacles or anything that's going to interfere with our operations.
Okay, and you indicated that you could take photos and videos with the drone,
Correct.
and the timestamps on the drone would be reflective of whatever device is hooked up to it.
Yeah, it's whatever cellular device is hooked up to it. So it syncs through the app to the drone to correct the timestamp to make sure it's synced correctly. And it's off of whatever cellular device that you're using.
All right. I'm going to show you People's Exhibit 268. Do you recognize that?
Yes,
All right, and what is that?
that's a picture of the farm.
Is that from when you guys arrived on the farm that day?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
Oh, hang on a second. This is a completely different view, y'all. Let's get our bearings here a little bit. So this is the Munger or the Warner home right here. This is the old shop, if I remember that's what they call it. So this is the farther west side of the property. Let me move me so you all can see better. This over here, oh, you probably can't see my cursor. This over here is the burn pile that they've talked about. And then these are the trailers up against each other. And the one dude said this is his shop. This is the office in the front over here. And the scale would be right in that area as well. The spray barn is out of the picture in the farthest eastern direction. So this is north. This way is north. This is south. This way is south. The bottom is west and the top is east. So I'm just trying to get you all accustomed, because we have not seen this particular angle in view before. And I get really jacked up with direction when stuff like this happens. So I will continue now.
And that's somewhat hard to see, but that timestamp is 4/27/21 at 20:47 and 57. Would the timestamp be up in that top left corner? I'm trying to zoom it in and it's
Yes,
okay. Hard to read on there.
yes.
Yeah, very hard to read.
I'm going to show you People's 167. Again, what's this?
It's another picture of the farm.
That's the
Okay.
spray barn there that you're
And
looking
that
at.
one is dated 4/27.
I'm going to pause this again here. This is the spray barn. So again, let's orient ourselves. This down here next to my picture here, this is the scale, that red piece next to the office and so forth. This is the spray barn that has an entrance here and an entrance or exit here, however you want to say. But this is in the farthest eastern side of the pictures that we've seen as far as buildings go. This is the spray barn.
21 at 20:49 and 38. I'm going to guess this is military time.
Yes,
Okay. I'm going to have you look at Exhibit 263 behind you again. Do you know what building this is that you took this shot of?
it's number 7.
I'm going to show you People's 168. Again, what's this?
Another map of the farm, another picture of the farm, sorry.
A burn
Can
pile
you
and the
identify this
trailers.
area on the map for me?
It's up here, no number.
And again, that timestamp is 20, 49, and 38.
Correct.
169 is just a zoomed in shot of the last photo we
Oh.
looked at, correct?
Oh,
All right.
this is close to the burn
And
pile.
you also took video with the drone that day, correct? Or that
Correct.
evening? I
Correct.
apologize. Okay.
I don't know, Elizabeth, if they had to get on the property in a sneaky way the second time. Or maybe they just left and got a search warrant and said,
Do you
bam!
recall at what point in time you started taking video?
I don't.
It's a big old burn pile.
Was there something that made you switch? Did you switch from taking photographs to taking videos?
Yes,
And why?
because Dale returned to the property.
Okay. And was there something that you decided to do with the video?
Yeah, we wanted to follow him.
Oh!
I'm going to show
Oh,
you people's
boy.
exhibit 207. And what is this?
It's Dale operating the JCB, hauling an anhydrous tank.
Oh, I've been waiting for this.
Okay, the drone starts to get a little wonky here. Can you describe to me what's going on?
So this drone, the initial drone that we used for the team, was not one of the professional type, the heavier duty that they came out with. So it was our starter drone. There's some interference can happen, either cellular interference, electrical interference, lag with receiving from the controller itself. Also, one of the biggest problems with the DJI is if you don't use the right micro SD card, if it's not fast enough. The drone shoots in 4K, so if it's not fast enough, it's not able to upload quick enough.
Okay.
As far as why he didn't use the burn pile, I think he was concerned of smell. I think I don't know that he could get her there and not be seen on a security camera. And it's going to have a certain kind of smell too. And I don't know that with all these farmers out there, that would be a wise choice.
Do you see these vehicles parked behind these semis?
Yes.
Is that where you described you set up?
Yes, one is my admin vehicle. The other one is Scott Damon's admin vehicle from Cambridge.
Okay. And at the end of this video, we see people standing there talking.
Correct.
Do you know who that was?
Scott Damon, Nick Wilson, and myself.
Okay. At some point in time during that conversation, did Detective Greco come up to you?
He did.
And did you notify him of this?
We did.
This is like 9 o'clock at night, y'all. What is he doing?
I'm going to show you people's exhibit 170.
I mean, we know what he's doing.
And the timestamp on that is 21:01 and 25. And is this what is this?
It just looks like another overview picture or video of the farm.
Okay. Do you
This
Do you
is
see the semis in the photograph to the
this
right?
is the burn pile again right here.
At in the lower right?
In the middle, right? Do you see the light, the object that's lit up?
Yeah.
Okay, what is that?
I can't tell from here.
Okay.
It looks
Yeah,
like an
but-
anhydrous tank to me.
That would be the JCB.
Okay. And is
Oh.
this the point in time that you started using video.
Yes.
Oopsie Dale.
People's 171, again, 20 timestamp 210226.
This is the spray
And
barn
that's
over
from
here.
the drone video itself, or
Correct.
What I really want to know is what number
people's
tank that is.
172, 210250. What's that?
Just another picture monitoring him.
And 173 is just a zoomed in of 172. Would that be accurate?
Correct.
I'm going to get to some of these questions. What day is it, Snuggy Nuggy? This is April 27th. So this would have been the Tuesday after Dee disappeared. So there hadn't been a whole lot of time for him to get a lot done, but I think he was a busy beaver in the evenings. I don't know what we're doing right now.
And I believe you indicated when you were taking this footage that you kept saying it was Dale that was moving it.
Yes.
And describe to me how you know that.
From my interaction earlier with him during the day. I'm sorry, let me correct that. Not my interaction, but overhearing the interaction that he had with Lieutenant Reckner and Detective Greca.
Okay, and so were you able to observe him at that time?
I was.
Tell us everything. Tell us everything, Ryan.
During the course of your employment, did you become familiar with anhydrous ammonia?
Yes.
How did you become familiar with it?
Being a hazardous material technician, it's part of our training, and then because of the community that we live in, it's a possible exposure, and there have been incidences.
Okay. What describe anhydrous ammonia to me? What is it?
Anhydrous ammonia, anhydrous means without water, so it's 100% ammonia. NH3 is the makeup, chemical makeup of it.
Okay.
It's an alkaline fertilizer that's put into the ground.
And is it a hazardous material?
It is a hazardous material.
And you said it was something you trained for because of the nature of your employment and where you worked. Is that
Correct. The area that we're in, there's a lot of farming in this area.
Did you in fact deal with that during the course of your employment?
Yes.
I'm going to show you People's Exhibit 162.
Are you all dying?
You see the green
oh,
placards.
Oh.
So on the front and the side of the tanks.
Yeah, the DOT symbol.
What do those mean?
The DOT, this is a
Tells
DOT
you what
symbol.
hazardous material
showing
is in
a
it and how to
compressed
handle
gas, non-flammable, with the UN identification number on it for anhydrous ammonia.
Okay.
Little known
And so you said
fact.
it's non-flammable?
Correct.
At one point in Ms. Demeanor's life, she was hazmat trained. Just saying. Back in my working in the automotive industry days, that was one of the trainings and certifications I had to have. Don't remember a blessed thing about it now, except I know those diamond-shaped things and the different colors signify different types of material that it is in there. That I do know. I remember that.
I see a sticker on the right that says anhydrous ammonia inhalation hazard.
Correct.
Can you tell me about that?
The placard itself, and with the sticker that says inhalation hazard, just alerts first responders that this would cause an inhalation hazard. It's a non-flammable gas. It would cause an inhalation hazard, and
be careful. Danger, danger, danger.
When you say inhalation hazard, what do you mean?
If you breathe it in, so anhydrous lacks water, so it has an affinity to water. So as soon as it's exposed to the air, it attracts water and it forms ammonia hydroxide. So if you would inhale that into your mucous membranes, into your eyes, your nose, it would immediately cause burning and bronchospasm if you inhale it. Severe cases, airway burns, swelling, pulmonary edema, and even death.
Okay. So I have an anhydrous ammonia tank and it's full. Okay.
Mhm.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay,
sorry.
that's okay. How would I apply that to a field?
It's usually applied with injectors into the ground.
Okay. And if you indicated that sometimes you may have anhydrous ammonia emergencies, what would an anhydrous ammonia emergency be?
Usually when one of the lines would come undone, come loose from the injector, or sometimes a relief valve would go off if it got too warm or froze up.
Okay. And at those times, would that be under the anhydrous ammonia still be under pressure?
Yes.
What does it mean to bleed off the anhydrous ammonia?
Just to like bleed the tank off,
Yes.
open it up and let it
Empty it.
drain to the atmosphere or bleed up the atmosphere. Is that
Okay.
what you're talking? Or are you talking about when you nurse from one tank to the other tank to try to empty it?
I'm asking to explain how you would empty that tank.
I don't know.
Okay. Let me ask you this. If you bleed off, if a tank were empty and not full, and you were to bleed off the anhydrous ammonia, what is the risk, the inhalation risk at that point?
Well, a tank is never empty until it is purged completely and cleaned. So according to DOT standards, it has to be purged and cleaned before it can be unplacarted. Otherwise, you have to treat it as a full tank.
Is there a higher risk when the tank is full of anhydrous?
Then if it doesn't have any in it,
Correct.
no, there's still a risk.
Okay. A higher risk.
There's a higher risk if it's full, yes.
Okay.
Interesting.
If you were exposed to a small amount of anhydrous ammonia, what would the symptoms or signs of that be?
If it's on your skin, you would have,
Objection, what is a small amount?
Let's say you have a tank and you have about 1/4 inch of anhydrous ammonia in it and you're exposed to that. Let me clarify. How would it affect your respiratory system?
it would cause shortness of breath. You'd immediately, it acts as an asphyxiant, so it replaces the oxygen. As soon as it come into contact with any moisture, it would form that alkali substance, could cause burning. You could get airway swelling, coughing, tightness in your chest, difficulty in breathing.
Okay. And have you ever observed the chemical burns?
Yes.
What about burns from anhydrous ammonia?
Yes, burns and frostbite.
So tell me about the appearance of a burn from chemical or anhydrous ammonia.
Chemical burn is usually characterized by, well, in the case of ammonia, because it's an alkaline substance, it forms like a wet, slimy layer because it goes deep into the skin. There's usually there's undefined origins. It doesn't meet a pattern. If it's from a spill, there's rundown or a splash, rundown. Could have white, tarry. Now, if it's something more acidic chemical burn, those usually form like a scab to prevent further penetration.
Okay. I'm going to show you people's exhibit 74. Does
Oh,
that
please
look consistent with a
tell me
chemical
his
burn?
arm.
No.
Tell me it's the picture of his arm.
Why not?
Objection. Chief Rank has not been qualified as an expert in anhydrous ammonia and chemical burns. We've allowed him a lot of latitude to talk about his experience, but there's nothing in the record that he can diagnose.
Oh, we're going to back that up so we
Objection.
can pause right on this bad boy here, because that does not look like a chemical burn to me. That looks like I put some welding gloves on and I welded for a really long time. Exactly, Kelly. He did like write the manual. I would trust this man with my dogs, which is saying a lot because I don't trust my dogs to just anybody. He knows what he's talking about. She's just upset because she don't want the jury to hear that this is absolutely not a chemical burn.
Qualified as an expert in anhydrous ammonia and chemical burns. We've allowed him a lot of latitude to talk about his experience, but there's nothing in the record that he can diagnose that.
Yeah, he's not diagnosing it, but in his training and experience, since being with Madison Township since 1999, as well as being part of the hazardous material and emergency management team, he's familiar with chemical burns and
He would be.
ammonia, anhydrous ammonia burns.
He's offering an opinion that would require him to be certified as an expert, in my opinion. So are you requesting that?
At this time, I move to qualify Mr. Rank as an expert in hazardous material.
We received no notice of that. We don't have a CV. We don't have a report from him about his experience in offering an opinion on chemical burns. So we would object to that.
I will sustain the objection for the reasons stated.
Thank you.
The point was made. Doesn't matter.
I believe you indicated that.
You think that jury's going to unhear and unsee
Correct me if
that?
I'm wrong, that anhydrous ammonia is not explosive.
Correct.
I'm going to show you People's Exhibit 100. I'm going to have you look at this tank.
30.
I want you to look at the design toward the back end of the tank underneath that Farmer's Antique sign. Have you ever observed an anhydrous tank with this design?
No.
It's interesting. The chemical placard is on the side and not on the end, on the nose like it was on all the others too.
Thank you.
Interestingly
Nothing
enough.
further.
Oh boy. Oh
Good
Lord.
morning. Is it Chief Rank?
Chief Rank, Mr. Rank, that's fine. I'm retired, so.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll still call you Chief.
Once a chief, always a
Worked and
chief.
got that title. So when you were talking about anhydrous ammonia, were you talking about liquid or gas or both?
Well, it's stored as a liquid, but it's released as a gas.
And so when you were talking about sort of the hazardous material training and the things that you have dealt with, that's both gas and liquid.
Yes,
So that's your training.
correct.
Now, why would with all due respect, why would the fire department chief get training in anhydrous ammonia and in hazardous materials in general?
Is she
Because
serious?
before I was a fire chief, I was a line firefighter. So I had 30 years of firefighting experience. So that was prior to me becoming the chief. So I maintained the hazardous material technician certification.
And why would a firefighter have to learn about anhydrous ammonia?
Well, we have a hazardous material team in Lenawee County to respond to any hazardous material emergencies, and anhydrous would fall under that.
So I guess when I think of a fire department, I think of a fire. So if there's a fire, they come out and or possibility of a fire and things like that. Is your
Ma'am, I don't know where you have grown up, but I grew up in Michigan, not too terribly far from this area. And I can assure you, the fire department does a whole lot more than just fight fires. Maybe I am just a little triggered and sensitive since my uncle was the fire chief of my little hometown and my cousin ended up being the fire marshal at one point. I have a little experience here. And do not insult this fine man or anybody else that is in the fire department in any community by I just think of a fire. Who do you think shows up at a car accident? Who do you think gets the jaws of life out when you can't get out of your car for the ambulance and paramedics to take you? Like, who do you think that is? Who do you think picks up pieces of people's body if they get hit by they're a pedestrian and get hit by a vehicle or a train or something like that? Who do you think that is, ma'am? Oh, this lady, she rolls all over me. All right, I think I'm done ranting. I'm so sorry. This woman just and after seeing that, Mr. Ramos and that frickin' Corey Richens and insisting on talking to the jury while he's asking the questions and the frickin' witness is there. Okay. Sorry, y'all.
Your department, are they coming out for other issues as well?
Yes.
So for instance, if a tank is being cut open and a fire truck is there, is it a concern that there's going to be a fire, or there's concern about hazardous material, or both?
You would have to clarify. How would we get notified?
So if the police notified you?
Of what?
That they were cutting a tank?
Yes.
It would all I guess it would all depend. The fire department could come out. It would depend on the circumstances, though, I guess. I would need more information in order to make an answer on that.
Sure. So what information would you need?
Well, the circumstances surrounding it, first off. What kind of a tank is it? Does it have any markings on it?
So it was tank 34 that you just saw.
Okay.
So when that tank was cut open by law enforcement, there were fire trucks, or at least a fire truck on the scene. So why would a fire truck be there?
Because as part of our duty as a fire department is response to hazardous material incidents.
Yes.
So if they were going to cut that open, like I said earlier, a tank is placarded. It is never deemed empty until it is completely cleaned and purged. So they would have to stand by in case, because there's probably a residual of ammonia in there.
And what would the fire department do? So what would their role be?
To stand by, if there's any release, they would have to contain and control the spill.
And how would they contain and control the spill?
Usually with water. If it's cut open, then they would have to let it bleed off and just douse it with water, keep everybody away in a safe distance until protect the area from contamination.
Does this woman not understand chemical spills? How many of you have had expressways closed because there was an accident with a tanker that had a hazardous material in it? Who does she think comes and cleans it up? You think you just go, one ringy dingy, hi, OSHA? Hey, could you also contact the EPA and have them come clean up this mess on the expressway? Yeah, there was an accident. No, they called the fire department, you idiot. Like, you cannot possibly be that dumb. What is she trying to prove here? Ugh.
Now, the April 27th, 2021 date, you indicated that you were there as part of the drone team.
Correct.
And you were on the Munger property twice, correct? Once during the day and then once later on, let's say kind of early evening, the 9 or 10 o'clock hour. Is that accurate?
That's correct.
Do you recall how long you were there for the evening session?
I don't.
Were you there for hours?
I couldn't tell you. I really don't know.
When we saw some of the images that were taken with the drone, they looked like they were fairly well lit. Do you do anything to lighten up those photographs?
No.
And might sound like a silly question, but you weren't in disguise. You were there as part of the law enforcement team, correct?
I was there as part of the county drone team.
Part of the county drone team. You didn't sneak onto the property though, correct?
No.
You were visible to Mr. Warner?
Visible enough
In
the
the
first time he
daytime
said
or
to
the nighttime?
leave.
Well, yeah, we were visible both times.
Both times you were visible to him, correct?
Yes.
I have no additional questions. Thank you.
Oh, Lord, this woman. She wears me out.
You were asked about if you lightened up the photographs on the drone footage.
Yes.
Can you explain to me the lighting situation with the drone stuff?
Well, the problem with the drone is that the camera and the video are separate. So the camera is a different camera. There's two cameras tied to it. The video is a 4K video camera. It has better settings than what the actual photo or the camera option offers. And so when you go from areas that are lit to darker areas, you can have that exposure, the blurriness can be caused by wind or any other obstacles in the way.
Okay, so did you yourself go in and change any of the lighting settings or anything?
We did not.
Okay. I'm going to show you People's Exhibit 64. Do you recognize this?
Yes,
All right. Tell me who the people standing to the right of that truck are.
that would be myself, Nick Wilson, and Scott Damon.
Okay, and for the record, the timestamp's 8:57 and 30 seconds. People's Exhibit 65. Same thing?
Yes,
All right. When that, in People's Exhibit 64, it appears that truck is directly in front of you. Is that accurate?
correct.
And when did that truck drive by you?
It did.
How many people were in that truck, if you remember?
2.
Can you describe the truck?
It was a black vehicle.
Did you recognize the people inside the truck?
I recognized the passenger,
And who was the passenger?
Dale Warner.
Okay. I'm going to show you People's Exhibit 66. What's this?
That's the JCB with Dale in it.
Okay, and that's driving directly in front of you?
Correct.
And again, People's Exhibit 67. Can you see what that is from there?
Oh.
It's the JCB in the background with us
Okay.
recording.
Oh, right here.
People's
Oh.
68, timestamp 8:58
Oh, I want
PM.
to see what happens.
Again, is that still you in that photograph?
It is.
All right. And the JCB in the background?
Correct.
People's 69, 9 p.m.
Look at that, y'all.
Are you still
That
in
is
that photograph?
such a
Yes, ma'am.
pretty
All right.
picture.
And
That's
what
a
do we-
tank.
Did you observe this happening?
Yes.
All right. And what is happening?
The JCB is backed by the anhydrous ammonia tank.
Is there a tank? Can you see the tank on there at this point?
Not on this
Uh-huh.
picture, no.
Oh,
Okay.
and right there.
That's
Yeah.
better, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you see it now when I zoom it in?
Yes.
Right there. Please show me the number of that tank.
People's Exhibit 70.
Oh boy, look at how much closer.
Again,
it
are
is
you in
to
that photograph?
I am.
What do we observe?
Oh.
The tank loaded onto the front of the JCB and Dale moving it.
Ah.
And People's 71. Again, is that you?
Yes.
All right. And is this approximately when you started recording the video?
Yes.
I have nothing further.
Nothing additional. Thank you.
I bet.
And are we using this to rank? Oh, sorry, we have.
Questions. Oh, questions. Juror questions. Oh, their white noise thing is absolutely awful on my ears. It's a massive assault.
Defense has an objection to asking.
That's correct.
That's correct.
First question, is it normal for a relief valve to have a cover over it?
It depends what kind of tank it is. But typically, no.
Do you remember Mr. Warner's words when he asked you to leave?
Yeah, he said he had to go back to farming and we could come back the next day if we wanted, but he just had too much stuff to do and he didn't want us on the property.
Wow.
Ms. Wise, any follow-up based on those questions?
Those are good questions,
Yes.
y'all.
I'm going to show you People's Exhibit 98.
Oh.
Do you see
Oh.
the end of that tank?
Yes,
You were just asked about a relief valve.
yes.
Can you tell me what that is?
That's the relief valve.
And would that be the typical way that you would see those?
Yes. On this type of a tank, yes.
When you were asked to leave the property on April 27th, 2021, do you remember anything additional that was said to you regarding other properties you may be able to search?
No.
Thank you. Nothing further.
Chief Frank, when you were asked to leave the property and the others, did you leave?
We did.
And then you came back a number of hours later?
Yes.
No additional questions. Thank you, sir.
Right, are we excusing Ms. Frank from his speech?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you for your time, sir. You are free to go.
Thank you.
May we approach?
Okay, so I believe this gets us through the entire morning session. There is a huge, hour and a half, 2-hour lunch. They like their long lunches in the Michigan land. And I believe this is where we will stop for today also, because this will leave us with it says 2.5 hours left in this, but there are some breaks in it. And so we're gonna take a break today because there is nothing happening in this courtroom tomorrow. The entire jury is going on a field trip, and they are going to visit the Munger farm, and they are going to see the anhydrous tank up close and personal, among many other things. And so they will not be in the courtroom tomorrow. So I am splitting up day 7 to the 2 hours tonight, and then we'll finish off testimony for day 7 tomorrow. And I can't put your comments up here because StreamYard is being constipated. But I can see, yes, Kelly, Dale does just drive the tank right in front of them. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. He's like, deuces, I'm going to do whatever I want on my property. Whether you're here, whether you're not here, don't care. Don't care. Just going to do it. Yeah, she grates on my nerves too, Elizabeth Bailey. Oh, here we go. Now it all comes through. Yes, she grates on my nerves. It's the thank you. Ugh. Just makes me insane. So that is what's going to happen in this case tomorrow. I would think we have a few loose ends. It really wouldn't surprise me a whole bunch if by Friday the state rests. I could be completely off track. And good night, Snuggy Nuggy. Thanks for hanging out with us. I could be completely off track, but I feel like this is clipping along at a pretty nice pace. I have no idea what that annoying woman, the Shart, is going to put up as far as a case. So I think we've already seen the medical examiner. We haven't gotten into a lot of the digital forensics, like the actual text messages back and forth and things like that. That's probably going to be a day that all comes in. I feel like we've pretty well covered almost everything. I think they need to tie in the how number 34 ended up where it ended up. I need to know whether 34 is the tank he moved into the spray barn when they were there. Like, I got questions about the tanks. I need more information about the tanks. So I'm hoping they will get into that for us so we can tie things up a bit. That being said, we'll be back here again tomorrow night, same bat channel, same time, because tomorrow's Wine and Crime Wednesday. So you'll want to make sure that you have your beverage of choice prepared and ready for Wine and Crime Wednesday tomorrow night. And we'll finish off day 7 of Michigan versus Dale Warner. Thank you, everyone that has hung out this evening. Again, replay crew, thank you so much. If you have not become a member of my channel, that is an option for you. You get extra cool emojis once you become a member, and we'll be doing members only live streams as soon as there are enough members for us. And otherwise, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Do all the tubes of you things that you need to do. And we all, KS Granny, have our hearts and our thoughts with you and the loss of your friend Jennifer. And I am so sorry that she is no longer with us, but she will always be in your heart. And you will always have all of your memories that you have with her. No one can take that away from you. And so tonight, everybody, make sure you hug someone, especially if they are important to you in your life, because they may not be here at some point. And it doesn't cost a penny to be kind. Find someone to do something nice for today if you haven't already. And as always, remember,